So this is day 2, act 2, I think. Hi again, Amber. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Yes, it is. It is. It's messed up though. It's a bit more of a chill stream, you know. I've not heard of that one. I've not heard of that one. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Okay, so we're kind of like replaying the story after, you know, the accident. So I'm like replaying the game. Make sure you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, see, it's like, it's glitchy. It's really weird. Alright, well this game has some like really bad parts, like scenes of suicide and stuff, which is why I've made it mature. I've put like a little warning on. Yeah. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously then you won't see the end of it. Wait, why is she in the way of the thing? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I use ABS. Why do you ask? I'm sorry, Amber, we'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way, like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really didn't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club, so even if I didn't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you. Okay, so you're his vice president now. Okay. That I should help you get started on something you might like. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book. Oh, Biolithic, hello, how are you? An Easter egg. What software is it? Is it ABS? Oh. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read. Use ABS or extra. Okay, so I do use ABS. So that means something weird's gonna happen. How would it even know? How does it know that I'm streaming? It's a short read, so it'll keep your attention even if you don't usually read, and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. So neither, well, it's like horror, but it's like in the last stream I did, it was like you know, everything's gone really weird, like the game's kind of bugged now, and the story's changing, and I don't know, it's really weird. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Alright. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Yes. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sinks with a glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Alright, well, we'll see what happens then. I'm interested to see if, you know, something does happen. Have you played this before, Nijoko, or have you, like, seen it? Oh, it's fine. If I was focused on it, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you had 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. There's something fairly obvious here that your ear isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Oh, fair enough, yeah. I think it's one of those games that even if you haven't played it, you've at least kind of heard about it and know a little bit about it. If I have to run off, by the way, it's because I'm waiting on a delivery. I'm glad to see my tag is working. Nice. I don't normally play games like this, but I got told I should give it a go, and it seems like a good something I can play through and sort of upload like the little episodes to YouTube. Normally I'll play something with a little bit more action in it, but this is kind of, it's a quiet sort of Saturday early afternoon, so I thought it'd be nice to finish it off. What's the story about? Well, I took a look at the cover of the book. The cover is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood, but the facility gets even worse. So in the first playthrough, well, run through, the book wasn't like this, I don't think. The book seemed a bit more chill, but this seems quite fucked up. But the facility gets even worse when they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to, oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler, but anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not a thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Your aim makes it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. And you're not a fan of that sort of thing. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those sorts of stories, so don't worry. Okay, so yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She is so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that kind of story that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. I wonder if it's a real book. I don't know. It'll be interesting if it's a real book. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and all worthless anyway. So the story... It's getting like... I don't know, it's getting weird. It's getting weird. The game's like bugging out and it's weird. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So you say, like, yeah, the game's like bugging out because there's like a virus or something. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's, you know, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, it's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. Ah! For fuck's sake. I don't know why that scared me. I don't know why that scared me. For fuck's sake. Oh, that wasn't even scary. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. I just press a button and I can clip stuff. I have a clip button on my Stream Deck. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I seem to understand about what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just What? What did that say? You really apologise a lot, don't you? I do. Yes, this is Act 2. Act 1's normal. Act 1 was normal. It was chill, it was wholesome, we were like vibing, you know, we were reading books together and it was wholesome as fuck, you know. I was like trying to like get Yuri to be my boo, and then everything fucking went weird. I really didn't mean to, sorry, I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But when holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead I just assume she finishes the page before me so I can turn it. I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Yeah, so they should be t-shirts in stock. It's just constantly now. It's just constant now. Like, they won't run out. They're just made on demand, if that makes sense. Like, made to order? Made to order, that's what it means. And I think it depends on where you live. I think it depends on where you live. So, like, for me, I live in the UK, and it took... Well, at the time, like, there was something weird going on in Spain or something. I don't know, like, there's something weird going on the border, so it took a bit longer. But I think even so, it took about 2 weeks. They, like, shipped from Spain, I think. And I don't know, the borders, things weren't coming through the borders or something. So there is a US manufacturer. So I don't think it'll take long. There's, like, places all over. So my closest is Spain, but I think there's a couple in America. Here, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all, definitely not. Really? I was just thinking about the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Oh, nice. They're pretty good quality as well. I think we've had like a couple of complaints, but we've just kind of got them replaced. That's what you're talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else, never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you feel sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. Oh, I wonder what's up with her, because she wasn't this, like, fluttery in Act 1. Ember, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. What am I going to do? I'm not going to lie. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Hey, yes, poems. Wait, we're starting without Yuri? But she's my boo. Yuri's my boo. We'll show it to Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I share with mine first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. So that's the same as in Act 1, that's the same poem. I told you that you weren't going to like it. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it and stand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme in the end, but then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I do like Natsuki. She's an interesting character. Well, I guess we show it to Monica next, since fucking one of them's dead and the other's like fucked off. Hi Amber, having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That's a mood. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I have to. Don't worry, Ember, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know, but that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Okay. I am curious how much like decisions like matter in this. You know, like if you pick different words for your poems and if you pick different decisions, things like happen differently. Yuri's back anyway. Start showing what our parents with each other already. I'm sorry for being late. You need to apologise, but still plenty of time, so I'm glad you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Okay, so I'm assuming Monica's is going to be the same. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see colour. Are there others in the room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling plays tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic, there must be a way out. It's right there, he's right there, swallowing my fears. I brandish my pen. I mean, yeah, to be fair, like, I know, like, in some games it might affect it a little bit, you know? Like, maybe you might get a slightly different outcome, but, like, not, it doesn't affect the main story. So, yeah. Like, I know you get some games where, you, depending on what you choose, there's loads of different endings. And I think this does matter, at least a bit, because when I kind of had a look at how long the game is, it was like, it was all very dependent on what you choose and what happens, because like different things can happen in different order, but I'm not sure like how, you know, I've never seen the gameplay of this before, so do you know what I mean? But this poem's different from her first one. It's darker. It's a lot darker. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So this is the same kind of... This is the same tip she gave us earlier. Yeah. But I've already played like maybe 3 hours of it. Maybe even more, 4 hours. But like I'm only on Act 2. So I don't know if I'm just really slow, but maybe it's because I'm like saying everything out loud because I'm streaming it. And I'm stopping to chat and stuff, so I don't know. Thanks for listening. I think the longest act was probably the first one. And it's probably going to get quicker until, I don't know, something's going to happen. As Yuri reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and then ends up covering her own face. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that, I just meant, Yuri trails off and able to find an excuse. She traced her finger along the words of my poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased. Okay. Let's have a look at her poem. I wonder if her poem's changed. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I think this is the same one. I think this is the same poem from Act 1. Okay. So this is, yeah, this is the same dialogue as the first act. Can sort of skip through these bits a little bit faster. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. Oh, is this where they start arguing? As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that, I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. So yeah, this is where they like argue. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it and Ember did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all... no, Biolithic, I haven't. This is my first. This is my first. But I thought I'd try something new. I thought I'd try, you know, something new. And I've heard like really positive things about this. Like other people have like sort of suggested it as something to play. So I thought I'd give it a go. Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, if it's like... I don't know how often I would play games like this. Well, stream games like this specifically, because there's not... I don't know how interesting it is, you know, because it is just text-based. Well, I think every once in a while it might be nice just to have something chill, you know. Oh, so yeah, this is where they start arguing. That's not why. Oh, Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ember appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ember started showing up. Oh... Take out your insecurities and others like that. You really act as young as you look now. So oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Oh god, what's going on? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See, just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. Oh god, what's going on? It's going like really weird. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? Oh, burn! The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my bad, Yuri. Oh Christ, that fucking took a turn. Let Ember hear everything you really quick. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. That's something Yuri turns towards me as if she just knew so I was standing there. Ember, she just tried making me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I can't read. What? Okay, so I have to pick who to side with. I think I'm going to side with Yuri. I can't side Natsuki. What? What's going on? Oh no, what's going on? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Hello? What's she doing here? Hello? Monica, are you good? Hey Ember, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Yeah? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried getting you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out after this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others, you understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Oh, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh. Oh dear, well it looks like they're done. Well, this is awkward. I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Ember, please don't hate me. Please, I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. I mean, fucking hell, yeah. She's like fucking glitching out, love. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. She'll probably be fucking dead by tomorrow knowing this game. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one to go out. I'll wait for you to be done. Alright. Please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. I don't trust Monica. I don't know what, I don't trust Monica. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting a bad vibe from her. Like, she seems to be too involved with everything, but then she seems to be, like, coming across as too innocent and, like she's trying to get help you. I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I'm getting a bad vibe. It's not that I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Ember. It'll just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Bruh! Bruh! Shall we make a cute poem? A happy poem?